What's up, y'all? It's Nate Almighty with another Power Book 3 Season 3 theory and prediction, y'all. Let's talk about Detective Burke. Let's talk about the legend, the myth, half woman, half legend Jukebox, aka Juke, as said by Uncle Lulu. And let's talk a little bit about Detective Howard as well. And let's talk about Kanan. Let's talk about Raquel. And my theory for today is I want to theorize the possibility of Jukebox being the one to kill Detective Burke. Now, we all know Detective Burke has been earning her death over the last 2 seasons, okay? Because in the Power universe, you being a good cop will lead you to your death. Or you're just gonna lose over and over and over again, you know. It's a trope with power, you know. I would like to see a difference one day where someone, actually gets locked up, don't snitch, and then that's how their character ends, where they just go to jail for once. It don't gotta be one of the most main characters, but I like to see that happen at least once, you know what I mean? Because in real life, the police get way more victories than they get in the Power universe, right? But when you talk about Jukebox and everything we know about Jukebox from OG Power, and then what we're seeing of her early life in Raising Kanan, right? Power Book 3. You gotta understand that Jukebox currently would be, other than the woman who Detective Burke is dating, right? Jukebox would be the number one person who could catch Detective Burke slipping and be able to kill her. It's like season 1, they showed us where, Rock had Kanan shoot Detective Howard. Detective Howard lives. I think that if they do another scenario where someone's going to kill a cop and it's an unsuspecting person who's going to kill that cop, that the writers would have it be a successful situation. And like I said, when you got Detective Burke going around, we're going to see early on that Rock and Howard are going to be plotting on how to kill Detective Burke. Now, here's the thing, right? Detective Burke knows that the police are trying to cover something up. Let's not forget that this is the early 90s, and there were stories about how corrupt the police department was in Queens in the 90s. I'm from New York. I know the history, right? So Detective Burke, we're going to see her be like, I know there's some corruption going on. I just want to be a good cop. She's going to feel like she can't really trust Detective Howard. Howard's going to be trying to rock her to sleep. But she may have a contingency plan for Detective Howard, being that she made the connection. She hasn't made all the connections, but she made the connection as far as the connection between Rock and her younger years and Detective Howard. The connection between Rock and Detective Howard and Rock being an informant. She's making a lot of connections. So she would expect Rock to come for her, right? Maybe the brothers, Lulu and Marvin. She would expect Detective Howard maybe to come for her, right? When she realizes she can't trust Detective Howard and Howard trying to tell her shut up about everything, she would probably set up contingency plans for them too. Whereas if something happened to her, she'd be able to prove that they did it if they did it. But here's the thing. You got her also, she's cool with Jukebox. So in the middle of all the riffraff, she's going to have these little conversations with Jukebox where she's going to be trying to get information. And Detective Burke may slip. She may slip up and tell Jukebox like, yo, listen, your aunt is a Fed. Your aunt is a Fed. Your aunt and Detective Howard, they share a son, if she doesn't know that already. So I'm saying this considering she don't know that already, right? Because she probably don't. That's Rock's darkest secret. Like, Howard and Raquel, they have a son together. I did the math, right? Def Con is quote unquote left-handed, not Kanan daddy, right? And she might do the predictable cop thing on the show movie where she might go to Jukebox and be like, what's Jukebox real name? Laverne. She'll be like, Laverne, I'm going to lock up your aunt. I'm going to lock up your dad. I'm going to lock up your whole family. You're not like these people. You should look into saving yourself and becoming something. You know what I'm saying? Something might rub off on her, or Detective Burke might see something in Juke, and she might spark the idea and say, you be a good cop. You know what I mean? You be a good cop. And that might stick with Juke. But I feel like she would end up, there's a possibility that she may feel like she needs to save her whole family. And the only way to do that would be by killing Detective Burke. No one else in her family will be able to catch Detective Burke slipping. Nobody else. Nobody else. Because Detective Burke would not see Laverne, aka Juke, as a threat. She would not see it coming necessarily because they already built up a rapport. And also because Jukebox told the family of her girlfriend who passed that, hey, listen, Detective Burke didn't have nothing to do with that. Detective Burke didn't give her the drugs. She took some crack out of my bag. That's how she died. I don't know how Jukebox can avoid still going to jail for that, for something like involuntary manslaughter or something like that in the 90s. Maybe we'll see a little bit of that. Maybe Detective Burke can get out of that. Who knows? But they have a rapport to where Detective Burke wouldn't see it coming. And here's the thing, right? Jukebox is smarter than Kanan, right? Always was, always has been. Jukebox isn't the type of person to where Raquel or somebody could go to her and say, yo, listen, I need you to do this. I need you to kill Detective Burke. Because for one, they don't even know the kind of relationship she has with Detective Burke. So no one would be able to say, yo, Juke, I need you to do this. I need you to kill the cop. This would have to be a situation where she thought about it on her own. And she felt like, listen, I got to save my little cousin. I got to save my aunt. I got to save the respectful name of our family. This got to happen. This got to happen, right? And this would have to come after she figures out the truth about Rock and everybody. And she like, I don't care. This is my family. This is all I have. I'm just getting along with my dad again. I just lost my mom. I'm not trying to lose no more family anytime soon. And that would have her come up with her own plan to kill Detective Burke. And she would be able to catch Detective Burke slipping. She has the best chance out of everyone in the Thomas family. She does. She does. And also, when you think about Detective Howard, watching how she moves and then understanding who Detective Howard is to Kanan, right? And Raquel, that could also be the beginning of her, like, I don't want to sell drugs. I want to get money. How do I get money and do the things I want to do while having the law as further away from me as possible? And it'll click. Bing! I could become a cop. So as long as I leave this place before something too bad happens and I get a record, I'm going to go to Washington and I'm going to become a cop. I'm going to become a cop. But y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Is this possible? We all know Detective Burke is going to die before season 3 is over. But how do you think she's going to go? I think the easiest thing to assume would be Raquel will find her pop her in the head, or Detective Burke will be talking to her in the car, pop her head off, right? But I think that on the other end, she wouldn't see Laverne coming. She would see Rock and Detective Howard coming. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Like, share, comment, subscribe, y'all. Peace.